Belbin, the team maker. This could be one of the most important theories to have come up out of the 21st century, introduced by Meredith Belbin. This is what he came up with, actually. What's needed is not well-balanced individuals, but individuals who balance well with each other. Individuality doesn't help up in a team. It's kind of the chemistry within the team that help up. Those of you who are cricket fans would know it much better, right? Individual brilliance in cricket, may help a bit, but it's a team brilliant. Team kind of having great chemistry within, among themselves, that helps up. So this is what Belbin suggested. The types of behavior in which people engage are infinite. But the range of useful behaviors which make an effective contribution to team performance is finite, extremely important. So this could be one reason why the Australians are amongst the best in cricket, even though the Asian teams always have one-to-one or man-to-man better advantage. But our team seems to be performing rather less in terms of team performance. I'm not telling that the Australians are following Belbin, but the team spirit, team qualities matter a lot. This is what Belbin found out. Most successful teams are made up of diverse mix of behaviors. They have different mentalities, different attitudes, different skills, different approaches. So according to Belbin, the high-performing team, it's developed out of these differences within the team to fuse together to create the great team. He identified 9 different roles: coordinator, completer finisher, team worker, implementer, specialist, resource investigator, shaper, and plant. We'll be learning them one by one. So it's not that a team must have 9 members. Sometimes a team with lesser number of people may have 2 or 3 of these qualities in one of them. Or sometimes a team may contain more than 9 people. So there may be 2 people with these sort of qualities. What Belbin suggested was that when you form up the team, when a leader or a manager form up a team, he needs to think about these 9 separate characteristics, not that he should be going for 9 people. So going further, let's take a look at the first one. These are the 9 characteristics: resource investigator, team worker, coordinator. So there are social roles where the team skills matter a lot. And then the plant, monitor, evaluator, specialist. They're sort of thinking roles where the person may be more than the team spirit. What matters is the thinking element of it. And then he came up with a shaper, implementer, completer, finisher, the action aspect or the task aspect. So the team should have team members with social skills, thinking skills, as well as the action teams. Let's take one by one. First one, the resource investigator. Take a look at the strengths. Outgoing, explore opportunities and develop contracts. So he's very eager, very much, on the go to get the works done. He does the initial work, but what about the weaknesses? Focus on the weaknesses, please. Sometimes such a person could be overly enthusiastic at the start, but he might lose interest later, very soon, and perhaps overly optimistic as well. So each of these team members have minus issues. That's a case of balancing it out. Now the team worker, take a look at it, please. This is a social role again. Helps the team to develop bonds. Diplomatic. He can settle up issues, arguments, friction, as well as problems within the team. He's a good listener. Strengths. He's very much perceptive. Takes his level best to avoid conflict within the team. He's ready to cooperate. But weaknesses could be, it may take time to take decisions and might avoid unpopular decisions. Sometimes we have to take unpopular decisions, but team worker may not be one who will be willing to hurt people and get, even if it's the right decision, right? He may be rather unwilling to, lose his, focus on to be diplomatic. So this sometimes could be a problem. The coordinator, he's a tough guy, one who's mature, but who's very much of a task setter, the goal setter, who'd want to get things done, get the role moving, right? Get the ball rolling, let's call it, right? So sometimes the members may find him to be rather pushy, and he might transfer a lot of his work to others. Possibilities there. So as you see, all these people have minus points with the resource investigator, teamwork, or the coordinator. But remember the pluses. Their pluses are adding to the others' minuses, and their own minuses will be cancelled out by the other people's pluses. So that's how the team of Belbin is all about. Take a look at this plant. He's a thinker, one who comes up with brand new ideas. He's very creative, imaginative, sort of a free thinker of sorts. But the problem would be he might not be that interested in the day-to-day stuff, the normal things. He could be driven by the special moments, but not the day-to-day routine things. And he could be a poor communicator. Minus point, right? But look at the strengths. The monitor evaluator, the supervisor kind of thing. He's a thinker, but he, identifies the options available and he makes the correct call. Weaknesses could be, he could be too critical sometimes and may not be one who would be good at inspiring the team, because if you find fault and keep on correcting others, it may not be a good idea to, use him as a person to inspire the team. Monitor evaluator, but he does his role. He has to do it. In the specialist, who's that? One who's good at one thing. Whatever the teamwork, there always would be a need for a particular skill in a particular field, because the team will be focused on that task. So you need a specialist in the team. So he's single-minded, he's only focused on that area, and he could be very dedicated and people could depend on him. But the issue could be, he could be a poor communicator. He might only be interested in that area, so his contribution would be very much limited to we call it a narrow front. And the other aspect could be, he might come up with a lot of technical jargon and the mathematics and all that. So he may be sometimes overloading the team with kind of information. Next one. The shaper, the finishing teams. So he sort of get the team moving and try to create the momentum, keep the momentum, ready to face challenges. He's ready to work under pressure. And has the drive and courage to overcome the obstacles. True that. You're going to get the work done. But in his attempt to get it done, sometimes people may be offended because he could be too aggressive sometimes. His commanding ways may not be to the liking of some members of the team. Implementer. And we have a plan and action, and he's the one who want to carry it out, take the action about it. He would identify a strategy and carry it out. Could be practical, very efficient, one who can convert the ideas into action. Yes. But the problem could be sometimes he could be inflexible. And his idea, he might not want to change easily. Even if a new idea is a better idea than his idea. That could be a problem. And then the completer, finisher, the last of it. So he's the one who finishes up things, he polishes up the final work about it. He would take care of any, the loose ends or the rough parts. He'll be thorough, conscientious. That means, he does the job well. Looks out for errors and polishes and perfects the things. But sometimes he could be worrying too much, and he might try to do it himself, and he may turn out to be a perfectionist who would not happy with the finished work, no matter how good the work is. That could be a problem. So, in a nutshell, take a look at this. So the Belbin's team: plant, monitor, evaluator, specialist, thinkers. Action roles, yeah, the shaper, implementer, completer, finisher. They do the things. And then the social part, yeah, the coordinator, team worker, resource investigator. So each one of them has pluses and they have the minuses. But remember, the minuses are cancelled out by other team members. So if you get the uniqueness of Belbin's team role is that each and every different team member comes up with something plus to the team that the others in the team may not have. So overall, it results in a solid team, creation of a solid team. The minuses could be there. Take a look at the minuses here. Plant, yeah, resource investigator, coordinator, shaper, completer, finisher, team worker, monitor, evaluator, implementer, specialist. Look at the pluses and identify the weaknesses. See about it. We discussed it earlier. So each and every team member has a minus point. Who doesn't, right? Whatever the team is, however good the team is. The only thing is the minuses in one of them gets cancelled out by the pluses in another. So every one of them brings pluses into the team, although they bring up minuses individually as well. But these minuses get cancelled out by others' pluses. So this is how the team cohesion, the team is built up. So the Belbin's ideal is not something that Belbin himself invented. This is something that may have been there in solid teams ever since the beginning of the history. It's not just a talent and the skill that makes a team. It's always a team spirit, team skills, ability to kind of counterbalance minuses, ability to contribute to the team spirit, contribute to team synergy, and get the work done. So Belbin identified them really correctly. So whoever the person, whatever his pluses, the minuses he bring is also part and parcel. But the reality is, together as a team, they function far better than a team that has been just picked up. Only 4 skills. Okay, what Belbin gives? Yeah, balanced teams, definitely. And then, yeah, different individuals who can adapt their behaviors to different situations. Yeah, the right people for the right task. So it gives the chance for the company to think, or the manager or the leader to think and develop his team carefully. Yeah, this sort of a team results in solid within team communications and would push the team to make impractical decision making. Yes. And prevent any bias and create confidence within, because the team members themselves know whatever the challenge that they are facing, there would be team members within the team who are capable of facing them, no matter what the challenge is. And just look at this one. It's definitely unique characteristic that you would not be seeing in a CV, or you may not even find them in an interview, right? That's the uniqueness in it. And then adding further. Yeah, this is how a team converts itself into a high-performing team. It's multitude of skills, competencies. Albeit the weaknesses are there, but these competencies and the talents help the team to perform better at any given situation. Yeah. Even in a virtual environment, don't need to be physically present to get the work done. Even in a virtual environment, the team would do great. Yeah, they're multifunctional teams and optimize their performances. Now, one other thing, how would such a team be led? Who would be leading these kind of teams? Well, the leader could be any one of them. Team leader also will come up with a particular skill. He could be any one of these 9. So number 10 is not the leader, right? The leadership will be within here. But even if the leader is selected for his leadership skill, he also will be contributing something. As I said earlier, Belbin's team roles does not require 9 people. Remember that. It could be done with a lesser number of people, with some individuals having multiple skills. Or Belbin's team could be more than 9 people, with 2 or more people having one of those individual skills. So that has been the way of Belbin. Catch you in another lesson.